Hi, good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing this morning? I hope you're having a fantastic Friday just after Christmas. It's been really busy, so the vlog this week is going to not have hardly anything on it if I even post a vlog this week. It's just been super, super busy. You know, we had Christmas here and all of that good stuff, family, you know, we had all the family here, so it was wonderful. So today I am sewing on the Strawberry Garden sampler quilt. Fat Cutter Shop is hosting this, and this month's blocks are, let me get this out right here. This month's blocks are the Strawberry Blossom block and the Summer Star block. And there are several other quilts in this book that I do want to make. One of them is this one right here, if you can see it. And I love the bow tie quilt. There are some gorgeous, let me see here if we can flip on through. There's the finishing for it. Companion quilts and pillows. Like there's some really cute. Like that one's so pretty. There's some other quilts that I want to make in here. And I love flying geese, y'all. I do. I am a flying geese guru. Whoops. So I am going to be sewing some projects out of this book. While most of my sew-alongs are free, there are some things like this that I do. There we go. That I do sew along with because I like the projects. But I do try to find free sew-alongs that we can do together, whether I create the pattern or they're created by Fat Quarter Shop, Moda Fabrics, or somewhere like that. Okay, so we're going to start with the Summer Star block just because that's the one that I have open. Oh, in my thing, I'm using it. I have a book stand that my husband made me, and it's over there being used. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw a diagonal line on the wrong side of fabric B and D squares. So here's B, and here's D. And I want to see if I can use my folded corner clipper instead of drawing lines. Okay. With the right sides facing together, layer a B square on the top left corner and a fabric D square on the bottom right corner of an E rectangle. And we're supposed to make 4 of these. Do I have 4? 1, 2. Yes, I do have 4. Okay. Let's just kind of get these laid out here. Let's do like that. How about like that? Y'all, and I figured out how to mirror my phone to the TV so I can see what you guys are seeing. And I apologize for the video, the last video I posted. I have no idea what I did to that thing to make it. I have no idea what I did. I don't know. I can't explain it. So I'm sorry that y'all couldn't rotate, the video wouldn't rotate, but I have no idea what I did. All right, so this is going to go up here like this. And then the top right corner. So I'm just going to go ahead and place these B fabrics in the top right corner. Like this. I really like the folded corner clipper. It's one of my favorite tools. Okay. And I'm going to keep that letter with that because it looks like we're going to be using these elsewhere. And I'm just going to clip those back together. So we are going, and it works, let's see. And for me, this is how I keep things straight, guys. So I take a pencil and I know that this needs to fold back this way. So this part is going to be cut off. This part's going to be cut off. This part's going to be cut off. And this part's going to be cut off. I do that because I get confused really easy when I have to orient this around in order to use the corner clipper. So, because what you do is you line up your corner clipper just like that. And of course, I don't have a rotary cutter over here. Why would I have a rotary cutter over there? And we're getting prepared to sew. I did, however, move the iron over. I do have the iron sitting right there. And I'm going to take my rotary cutter and cut right through there. That's trash. This rotary cutter is a Martelli, if you guys can see. It's very safe to use. that right there, you can flip it down, covers the blade, and then you just roll it to make the blade come back out. I hardly ever shut the blade on this thing because it stores like that. So I know I'm terrible. Don't do it. What's the old saying that your mom used to tell you? Don't do as I do. Don't do as I do. Do as I say. I can remember my mom telling me that all the time. Oh, and my machine isn't threaded either because I just cleaned it before I finished sewing. Whatever the last day it was that I sewed, I don't even remember. So let me get threaded here and we will do some stitching. There we go. All right. Isn't she quiet when she's cleaned and given a drink? Oh gosh, I'm horrible with that. Okay, so now I'm going to sew right down through here. Me and Jimmy worked in the greenhouse yesterday and I was picking up heavy stuff and my wrist is killing me. It's not really killing me, it's really sore. So yeah, that's gonna fold that way. I have all these little things that I have to tell myself so that I keep everything nice and straight, that I know what I'm cutting. I'm gonna go ahead, I tell you what, before I even move it, because it's so easy for these to wiggle out of place, I'm gonna go ahead and pop a pin in there, just like that. I wish I'd have figured out this screen mirroring thing earlier. Hey, it's cool. This is so cool. It is cool because I can see this whole area and y'all can kind of see what I'm sewing over here, but I don't think that's as important as the cutting. I don't know. Y'all can let me know what you think. And hopefully my little tips were, you know, I put the little X on there so I know what part's getting cut off. And it just helps me to keep things straight. Because if it can be bamboozled, Elizabeth Ann can bamboozle it. Yep, I sure can. Something's poking me in my side. I'm going to have to check. There we go. What is poking me in my side? What is doing the poking here? I don't know what's doing the poking, but it's poking. Sorry, guys, if y'all can see that on screen, but something was poking. Could be a piece of hay left over from where we did the chickens, but I don't think so. I don't remember wearing this shirt, but you know. And move that over here. Get over there. And let's... I have really found that doing these sew-alongs have really helped me to become a much better quilter, because they're challenging. They're super challenging, and because I don't particularly care for very small pieces, you know, small blocks, like 6-inch blocks. And that's what these are primarily made of, is 6-inch blocks. So now we have, now we have these. Can y'all see? Yep, y'all can see perfectly. Okay, so now we have those. Let me take them to the ironing board, which is over to the right. I'm sorry, you can't see the ironing board from here. If anybody is interested, AccuQuilt has their dies, buy one, get one free, ends tonight. Hopefully I get this posted tonight. Today's the 27th, Friday the 27th. I am actually going to purchase a couple. Just the ones that I use, that I know that I'm going to use a lot, like the 6.5-inch square, the 3.5-inch square. I want the orange peel template, and I'm also thinking about a Dresden plate. Now, if you guys can see how perfectly these line up on the edges, and that's using the corner clipper. I love, love, love the folded corner clipper, and this is the one that goes up to 5 inches. I love it. Love it. And I also have one that came in our Sew Sampler box. It's the mini simple folded corner. I don't know how to use that one. I haven't ever messed with it a lot. Okay, so this one went in the upper right, and D is gonna go, let's look at our instructions again, or top left, I'm sorry. Fabric B went in the top left, fabric D goes in the bottom right. So D is going to go down here like this, and it's going to fold this way. So we can put an X here, that's going to be cut off. And then we can put this one down here, opposite corners. And again, remembering it's going to fold this way. And we can put an X here. I'm going to sneeze, y'all. Sorry, I apologize. Sorry. All right, and let's place that there. And we know that here is going to be cut off. And let's place this one here. And we know that this will be cut off. All right, and I'm not trying to encourage anybody to go out and purchase a whole bunch of rulers. I'm just telling you, I'm just saying this really, really helps me to be able to get, because if I was to try and snowball this without this, I can tell you my sides would never line up. I'm a terrible snowballer. I am, you know, and I know it, and I can accept that fact that it's not something that I'm really good at. And this tool helps me with that, and I'm okay with that. But I would never encourage anybody to go out and spend money you don't have on a tool that you don't need. On my machine, I do have Lori Holt's Seams So Easy guide. That does help me to some extent, but not that greatly. Not that greatly. This I have found is my lifesaver. That it really, really does help me to get these seams, or to get these corners to line up, my fabric to line up perfectly. So, yeah, I never want to make anyone feel like they need to go out and buy a tool that you possibly don't even need. Yeah, for me, it's a necessity. For you, perhaps not. You know, some of us like the things. You know, I like the things. I like the technologies. I like the things. I've been using the EQ8. I have us a sampler quilt. It's going to change from the one I posted. I got a little overzealous with that quilt. But I do have us a sampler quilt that we are going to be making. And I want to start filming it here this week before I go back to work. But, however, that might not happen. I need to set a date so I don't procrastinate. Because I will procrastinate if I don't have a date set to start the sew along. I will. Okay. Alright, let's pin these together. And then let's stitch these down. Yeah, I'm a horrible I can procrastinate with the best of them. I'm just saying, guys. did sign up, I think I've already told y'all, I did sign up for Fat Quarters Shop's 2025 Designer Mystery because I really, really have enjoyed making that quilt. I really have. It's been a lot of fun. And like I said, this has really challenged me because I was doing very simple, very, very simple kind of quilts. Like nothing challenging. And I have a few whips that we're going to work on too, that I want to get them done and out of the way. But yes, I have really enjoyed the challenge of these quilts. It has definitely been challenging. Of growing my skill set and not doing such simple. And there's nothing wrong with simple. Don't get me wrong. There's absolutely nothing wrong to, like, I have times when I just want to sit down and sew mindlessly. Like, I don't have to think about it. It's just placing fabric down and sewing, and that's what I have my strip quilt, the Quilt As You Go, which I haven't broken out in a long time, and it's on my mind to get that out and do some work on that, to get some sewing done on that. So now this is what we have. We have these 4. Okay, so we have those 4, and I do believe we're just going to be setting these off to the side. And let's see what, oh no, we're not done with that yet. Okay. Okay, so the fabric D on the bottom right corner, which we've done, it's the bottom right corner of the E, stitch on the drawn lines and trim a 1/4 inch away, but I used this. Repeat on the top right corner with a fabric B and a bottom left corner with a fabric D. Aha. Okay, so we're going to take our B's and our D's back. And we're going to, on the top right is going to be a B. Top right, which is here. So this is going to use all of these. We're going to put one of these, and it's going to go that way. Yep, just like that. So again, I'm going to put my X up here because that gets cut off. Make sure, let's look. Repeat on the top right corner, fabric B. Okay, top right corner, fabric B. So we're just making sure that we're using the right fabrics. And we know that that's cutting off. Did everybody have a good Christmas? Did all of y'all have a Merry Christmas? Did you get what you wanted for Christmas? Did you ask for quilting stuff? Did you buy yourself stuff for Christmas? I've been really good. Haven't splurged on any of the big sales that's been going along. I might regret that later on, but I'm not. I got so much fabric. The only thing, like I said, I'm going to get is a couple of dies from Acute Quilt right there. Okay. And this is going to go exactly like this. I just want to make sure that we're all lined up. And that is going to cut off, because that's going to fold that way. Okay. But I have been super good about not buying anything. Oh, goodness. So I really hope that you had a fantastic Christmas and that you got something special, something that you had been wanting. That's what Christmas is not about that. It's not. To me, it's not. But, you know, getting presents has become such an integral part of our society with Christmas. They have become synonymous together. Gift giving equals Christmas, you know. So I just hope that you've had, whoops, I didn't get all that one, did I? That y'all had a great, great Christmas day. and that you've got to go out and spend time in your sewing room. You're doing some sewing, some quilting, and that your hearts are full of love and joy. Cut it all the way through. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad that you found me. And pull up a chair, drag out your sewing machine, and let's sew together. We're all friends here. We laugh, we cry together. You know, y'all listen to me. Sometimes repeat myself over and over again, and you're such good sports about it too. I mean, you're just amazing. We have a really great family here. And that's what I consider all of you guys. I consider all of you guys my family. Even though we've never met in person, you're like my family. Quite close enough to go. I know we have gotten so much rain. Oh my gosh, it is a nothing but a mud pit in my backyard, and I need to go to the greenhouse. Actually, I was in the greenhouse most of the day yesterday. I planted some turnip greens, some carrots, lettuce mix, you know, things that grow very well in cooler weather, cold weather. Because I still want fresh veggies even during the winter. So I spent most in and out. I was in and out yesterday. I did do some sewing yesterday. I think I did. No, I cut this stuff out. That's what I did. I was out here in the sewing room, but I didn't sew. I was cutting all this out. I got both blocks cut out. And I was so wet and muddy. I felt just so dirty, so wet, so muddy from running in and out and messing with the chickens. You know, got new chickens. And like I said, I was just in and out, in and out, in and out all day yesterday. And I really want to mop my floors, but it would absolutely do zero good to mop my floors with as much rain and mud. And it's supposed to rain again tonight and part of the day tomorrow, I do believe. Okay, so there's what we have so far, which is right, because that's what the picture looks like, is that. And that one, I'm just making sure that they're all turned the proper way, and that. Okay, so now the D, move that over there, move that out of the way. So the D now goes on, let me just put those up there, on the bottom. And you know what? I'm not paying any attention to which way this text is going. Okay, and we know that it's going to fold this way, okay? So I'm going to put my little X right here. That tells me that gets cut off. And then turn this one. And then that's going to go that way. And then that's going to get cut off. And then this one. My big fat head ain't in the picture. I don't think so, is it? Okay. Then that's going to get cut off. And then let's put this one on here. So anyway, I hope this little tip or this little trick, if you have trouble with these, anyway, my little X marks the spot kind of thing would help somebody. I don't know. It could be me that just gets confused. Okay. And whatever size your patch is the size that you line up, because you line it up here and on the edge. In this case, it's 2 inches. Okay. And putting a little pin in it before you put it up at the sewing machine is helping. It does help. Usually I just pick it up and move it over there and something does shift, and then I'm putting it back together, you know. Making sure everything is lined up. Gosh, I hope y'all can't hear my stomach. It's making all kinds of weird noises. I ate a cookie just a second ago before I started filming. Make sure those phalanges are out of the way. Pin that down. Just want to make sure we're all lined up. Okay. I don't know if I could zoom you guys in just a little closer so you can see. Let me see if I can zoom y'all in just a little closer. Can y'all see? I don't know that y'all can see. Oh, because it's way over here. Let me see. Let me move this stuff kind of over. Here we go. Because you can see that real well. Okay. So, my X is here telling me this is what I need to chop off. And then I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to take this 2.5 inch line or 2 inch line, and I'm going to line it up with the bottom piece of my patch and this edge over here. And then that gives you, and this line right here is your sew line. You could mark that if you wanted to. I don't ever mark it. There's not enough room right here for me. There's a table right here, so I don't have enough room to cut it. So I'm going to zoom you back out. Hopefully you can see how that works. Let me go out just a little bit more. There we go. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to move it back down over here so I have more room with my rotary cutter. And you just line it up. There's a piece of fuzz right there. Okay, perfect. Okay. Y'all, I love my Martelli rotary cutter. It took me a long time to get used to it. I mean, a long time. However, it reduces the strain on my wrist. And I absolutely love it. Once you get used to using it, you are not going to want to go back. And you really don't have to put as much, and you don't have to put as much pressure on it. And it has a thumb hole here and the place for your finger here so that your fingers are completely out of the way. And of course, we all develop our own grip on something, you know, how we hold things. But I love the safety factor of this, and it reduces the strain on my wrist and hands. Okay, so let's get this lined up under here. I am not paid by them in any shape, form, or fashion. Just love the product. Just love it. I'm going to go down and check on my husband. We'll take a break here in a minute. I'm going to go check on him. Make sure he's okay. He had to get the chainsaw out and go cut down some bushes. It's so, I kid y'all not, y'all, it is way too stinking muddy to be out there cutting bushes down. I mean, the bushes could have waited, but you can't tell Jimmy Cook nothing. When he gets something on his mind, that's it. You cannot change his mind for nothing. And I told him, I said, why don't you just go in your shop and piddle in your shop today, you know? Because we're supposed to have some severe weather come in. You know, don't go out there in the... But anyway. Anyhow, it looks like it's probably raining again. Kind of made square in a squares. That's kind of what we've made here. I'm using an Alicio iron. If anybody's curious, it's the pink one. I love pink. Me and my mama both love the color pink. Almost done. All right. So now this is what we have. This is what we have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 of those. So our next step, all right, and we set these off to the side and we get to play with, okay, take fabric H squares, which are these, with right sides together, layer a fabric H on the bottom of a fabric C, which are these. Stitch on the drawn line and trim 1/4 inch away. Okay, so I made mine bigger. So I made these 2 by 2. I did make mine bigger, so I am going to have to trim them down. So we are layering. We need to make 4 of these, so we don't need all of these. So there's 1. And I'm going to use my folded corner clipper on these. 2. 3. I did press or starch and press on my fabrics as well. 3 and 4. So there's 4 of those. Oh, and I overcut on some of these. I don't remember which ones I overcut on. It may have been these. Okay, so I am going to do the same thing with these. Instead of drawing the line and sewing on the line, we're just doing this. And then I'm going to end up having to trim them down. Anyway, get off of there. Pin them together. I think I can take my wrist brace off. I'm not picking up anything heavy. And let's trim this one. There we go. Lay a couple of those down there. Come on, get in there. Can y'all hear my neighbor's dog? I mean, it's the neighbor like over on the next street. Can y'all hear the dog barking? They have these big, huge dogs. When Dad told me that dogs had jumped the fence and gotten to our yard and killed all my chickens, I thought it was those dogs. I'm like, great. That's just great. You know, what a great way to get to know neighbors. You know, because I don't know them people over there. They live over on the next street, and you know, I see them when I'm out walking and wave at them, but that's about it. You know, I don't go visit. You know, people don't visit like they used to back in the old days. You remember that? You as a kid and your parents would take you visiting. Yeah, did y'all ever do that? It's a thing here in the South, so I don't know if it is anywhere else. But you would on Sundays or special not even special occasions, but you would go visiting your family, friends, neighbors. I always hated it as a kid because we had to behave and we had to be proper and we had to sit and be little angels, and that was something me and my brother were not, and that's little angels. It was very difficult. I never subjected my kids to that visiting thing. We would go visit family and things like that. We'd go see people, but not like on a weekly or monthly basis. Just there's little things like that, that I don't see that we do anymore. All right, so now let me press. I am pressing all of my seams open. I don't think I said that to begin with, but I am. All my seams are being pressed open. So this is what we have. We have four of these. So let me grab my ruler because we are going to have to trim those down. Let's see here. I think this one might work. I think this one, because there's supposed to be two, well, I have an inch, mine measure 1.5 inches. No, 2 inches, I'm sorry, 2 inches. And that's the 2-inch, I have to think about this, guys. Y'all have to give me just a second. Yep, that's measuring 2 inches. And then if I want it to measure 1.3 inches, it's got to go like that, right? Yeah. Do I leave it like it is and just trim it down at the end? How does it fit into the block? Let's see here. I think we may wait and then just trim it all down at one time because it looks like it makes units. These make units. So before I go to tinkering with that, let's wait and let's see as we put things together how it's going to work out before I do that. Wouldn't that be the smart thing to do? Okay, so we made 4 of those. Now, with right sides together, layer a fabric H on the right end of a fabric C, which are these that we had. Stitch on the drawn line, trim 1/4 inch away. So, okay, yeah. So one of them, because mine, I sized mine up, these were supposed to be rectangular. You would sew one this way and then you would sew one this way, but mine are all 2 inches because I sized up. So these we're going to do the same way. And then I'll trim down because I think that would just be, I think that that's the way we're going to do this. Y'all are Y'all are fixing to see me fudge something up, is what you're fixing to see. I hope that y'all like that I don't edit out my bloopers, that I keep. If I mess up, usually I keep it in. I don't edit it out. I don't do a whole lot of editing on my sewing videos. Now I do a ton of editing on my vlog videos. But these, no. I mean, I'm not perfect. I don't want y'all to think that I'm this perfect sewer, you know, who never makes a mistake. Posh patooties. I can flub it up with the best of them. I am telling you that. I mean, I can make a flubberoni like you have never seen. Ouch. Poked myself with a pen. Okay. There we go. Now let's put these right sides together, just like that. And all of these scraps go in my compost bin. You can compost your fabric. This fabric is 100% cotton, and it will compost. You have nice, pretty compost for a while, you know? So all of this goes in my compost bin. Nothing around here gets wasted. Well, I try not to waste things. Let me put it that way. I try not to be wasteful with anything. Table scraps go to the chickens, what they can eat. You know, so there's some things that they can't eat. So, but yeah, we try not to be wasteful in any shape, form, or fashion. I hear the saw out there running. He's still going at it, guys. Still going at it. Okay. Almost. And then I'm going to put on my boots and go see what Mr. Cook is up to. I haven't been outside. I don't even know what the temp is out there. I don't know if it's warm, it's cold, indifferent. You know, I haven't been outside this morning. It's just yuck. It's just yuck. Okay. All right. Let me get these pressed. And then I think we're ready to start assembling. I think we are. These are so stinking tiny. So tiny. Okay, so now we have all of those too. Okay, so now we are going to start assembling our unit. So we are going to take an A, whoops, and some of these. Let's take some of these and a G. Can y'all see? Get this over here. Let's lay this out. Let me kind of scoot these over. So this one, okay, yes, this goes to the bottom, like your printed fabric is going to go to the bottom, just like that. I'm going to lay out, no, 2 there, and 2 go down here. And let me throw those over on that, get them out of the way. I only have one of these, and I think I'm supposed to have 2, so I'll have to go cut another one. So then we have one of those, and then we have an A. So you're going to have an A, an A, an A, and an A. And then you're going to have, and see it, one thing about design boards is that you can kind of lay things out and get your fabric going the right direction, whatever direction you want it to go. If you're concerned about that, you may not be. It's your party, and you can do whatever it is that you want. And then these are going to go in like this and in like that. And see, I'll trim this unit down once we get this unit sewn together. I will trim it down. So I think this is going to work out very well by trimming the unit down. Oh no, I'm only making one. I don't have to cut another one. I'm a ding dong. I'm a ding dong. I see what I'm doing now. So that goes like that. And then one of these goes here like that. Whoop, wrong way. Like that. And then that one goes like that. Sorry, guys. That's it. Now let's sew these units together. So let's pick them up. I'm going to try not pinning these little foodie party things. Okay, and then let's sew this one. I'm afraid if I go down there, he's gonna put me to work. Is that terrible? Is that terrible or what? I know, and I don't want to work out. I don't want to work out there today. I want to sew. Sorry, I'm concentrating on sewing these together. No, that's terrible. I don't want to go out there because he's going to put me to work. And I don't want to work out there. It's too wet. And we're going to mix these all up. We all know that this is going to happen. I'm going to press these seams open. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm pressing. I know it's quiet. I'm doing my ironing over here and I get lost in thought. Do y'all do that when you're in your sewing room? Do you just get totally lost in the process and lost in thought? I'm pressing the last one now. Okay. And of course, like I said, now I have them all mixed up. I do. I have them all mixed up now. So it goes like that, right? It don't actually go that way, but yeah. It goes just like that. And hopefully, I don't think I'm gonna have to pin. I think it's gonna be close enough. I think we're close enough, folks. You can by all means pin. You don't have to be a rebel like me and not pin. Yeah. Something, is that right? No, that's not right. I think I sewed this one together wrong. So that one's probably gonna have to come apart. And hopefully I didn't do that to them all. No, that's right. I'll take a look at that one again. That's right. Now let me take a look at this one again. Whoop. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. It's right, it's right, it's right. You've got to remember one's on one side, one's on the other side. So I may end up having to take some of these apart. One or two of these apart, if I didn't do it right. But that's the reason why we laid it out, is so we won't have to take anything apart. In theory. Right? In theory, we shouldn't have to take anything apart. And that's correct. However, Elizabeth is sewing. And, yeah. It could become a Jack the Ripper session here in a few minutes. Okay. Alright, let me press these open. Oh, close enough. I ain't worried about that. Close enough. Well, here comes Mr. Cook stomping around. Just so y'all know, he's got a box in his hand. Don't know what he's doing with the box. And he went around to the front of the house. I don't know what he's doing. All right, here's what we have. And they came out, almost every one of them came out good enough for me. Good enough for me. And then I go that way, and oh my gosh, we ain't gonna have to take anything apart. So these two are gonna get sewed together. Oh yeah, and we'll have to trim down. I'm gonna try and kind of even it out. So what I'm going to do is poke a pin in this seam right here, and then poke a pin where these two meet. And hopefully that's like the center of this block. So I'll just trim, you know, a little bit off of each end. Hopefully. That, in theory, that's what I'm hoping, is that's how this is going to play out. We shall see if that works out. Now, this one should line up just fine. These should be the same size. Oh, no, it won't either. Yeah, it will. Yeah, it will. Yes, it will. Because these should be the same size. These are not the ones that I did the, I sized up. Okay. Now these two, I'm going to do the poke a pin again. I'm going to poke a pin, if y'all can see, right in there, because to me that's probably the center. And then I'm going to poke a pin where those two come together. And then I am going to, well, poke it in that seam and line my seam, those two seams up. Something like that. And that way I'm cutting a little off the top and a little off the bottom and not a big chunk off of one. I should have trimmed them up before I started. However, I was a little So let's see what we got here before we go to pressing. Let's see what it turned out like. I mean, yeah, looks good enough to me. Yeah, these two are supposed to match. Yeah. Okay. I think I can live with that. And again, we'll trim. Hey, it looks like we're going to get some sunshine out there. Then like I said, we'll have to trim this block up. I think it's important to lay everything back out like it should go. And then these two should go together. It may be fine just to trim everything off the top. I mean, I don't know, but I know that this little diamond is supposed to line up with this seam. That is, according to the picture, it looks like they're supposed to line up. Hopefully y'all probably can't see what I'm doing. I apologize. I don't know. It's kind of blurry up on my TV, so I can't tell what you can see and what you can't see. Okay, and then these two should line up. Yep, I'm just going to put a pin to hold it together. About like that. And then these two, we're going to line up. I'm going to turn it. So this little diamond part. This is the weirdest way to make a sawtooth star I've ever seen. It is a strange way to make a sawtooth star, because that's basically what we're making, is a sawtooth star. All right, there we go. Now, let's sew these together. Well, let's just go that way with it. What size is this block supposed to be? 8.5 by 8.5. I don't know that I have an 8.5 inch ruler. I don't know. We're going to find out. A year ago when I started this YouTube channel, there is no stinking way on the face of this planet that I would have ever attempted something like this. And I'm going to have to trim these up before I can put them together. Starting this YouTube channel has really helped me to get outside of my comfort zone and try, like I said, new things. Well, I'm an idiot. See what I did? This is going to go on this side. Oh, gosh. I told you we'd be getting Jack out. I told y'all. He has to have his time. At least this is an easy fix. Okay, so I got it apart. It's apart. Let's put it over here where it belongs. And it goes this way, because that has to go to the inside. I knew he'd make a debut appearance. So if you've been thinking about making a YouTube channel, you know, for your quilting and your sewing, and you're like, gosh, I make too many mistakes, or I don't want people to see my mistake, don't let that stop you. Don't let that stop you at all. I think that's one of the things, you know, about this is that it's not our mistakes. Let me put this over here because now we got to trim these up. It's not mistakes. It's just that we're keeping it real, you know? It's real. This is real life. This is how real life works. All right. I just got to clean up a little bit so I can trim these up. So I do believe these should be 3.5. And right there is my 3.5, and I'm going to kind of line it. Wow. Maybe not, guys, but I'm going to use this middle. I'm going to use this middle part as, I'm going to use this middle because, yeah. Just going to trim it off like that. Actually, I should have just trimmed this part that needs to be sewed together is what I should have done. But, oh well. Okay. All right. So now, slide all that over there. And then this one, I'm just going to trim this part that needs to be sewed. And then I'm going to go back and trim that in a minute. Okay. So let's sew this together. And hopefully we don't have to pin. Oh gosh. Oh yeah, because I will have to pin. Because I forgot. These units are too big. I forgot. But that's okay, because we can line up. And we can place a pin in there. And then I'll just trim the whole thing down. Hopefully the whole thing down. There we go. open. Oh yeah, got that nice and lined up. So now let's pin this, and we're going to line up these centers. That looks good. Place a pin. And they're looking really good. Really, really good. Okay. And I'll see if I have an 8. I don't think I have an 8.5 inch ruler. I really don't. Oh yeah, it's so cute. It is so cute. There we go. That's what it looks like, minus the cat hair. Let me get the cat hair off of it. Grayson lays on the ironing board, and I forgot to roll it off. Let me see if I have a ruler. I don't think. I know I have a 9 and a 10, but not an 8.5. Okay, so let's see here. So if we wanted to do 8.5, it looks like it would be there. Ooh, that's gonna cut way. I'm not cutting that much off of that puppy. Let's see here. Let's line this up. And I may have it lined up on the wrong mark. I'm not sure. So let's go with that right there. And let's trim that off. And I'm going to lose my points because I size my block up. You can see that I'm going to lose my points, and that's just something that I'm going to have to live with. That wasn't a very good idea. I thought it was a good idea at the time, was to size up those two, but now in retrospect, I'm going to lose my points, so maybe that wasn't such a grandiose idea, and I think my ruler was slipping just a little bit right then, but that's okay. I mean, it is what it is at this point. I'm not going to cry over no spilt milk. Turn my ruler the right way. So now I'm getting 8.5 by 8.5. So now we're on the money. I'm gonna. Oh, sorry guys, I hit the phone. I hit the phone. My phone. I used my phone to record it, and I hit it. I hit the camera. There we go. And there's our finished block. There it is. And the only drawback, like I said, I can see is I'm going to lose my points because I sized these up. But I'm okay with that. I can live with it. But there it is. That's our summer star block. And I'll be back here in just a little bit, and we are going to make our strawberry blossoms block. that's the next step on the list. All right, guys, I really hoped you enjoyed this video. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please like and subscribe and share with your friends. As we get into more sew-alongs, I'm going to be doing giveaways. I'm actually going to be giving away quilts that are completed, that we have sewn together and I have quilted. We quilted them together. I'm going to bind them, and then I'm going to be doing giveaways of an actual completed quilt, and I'm planning on doing that a couple of times a year. So if you're interested in sewing along with me, I can't tell you what quilts are going to be given away because I don't know yet, but I'm going to do a drawing, and because I can't keep all these quilts. Certain ones I'm keeping and certain ones I'm not. I don't know if this quilt's going to be one of the ones that's going to be given away. It's not my best work, so we'll see. All right, guys, I love you. Bye for now.